Welcome back to the smartest year of our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalist. This is episode 200, the 200th day of smartest year ever. My name's Gordy, and I was just wondering, why do some countries drive on the left side of the road and others on the right? Who made that decision, and why haven't we all agreed on a side by now? Like and subscribe if you haven't, so you can keep up every single day. I do this every single day. Well, the story starts long before cars. In ancient societies like Rome, people traveled on the left side of the road. Why, you may ask? Because most people are right-handed. If you were riding a horse, walking a pack animal, or steering a cart, keeping to the left and let you use your right hand more freely, for defense, greetings, or for grabbing a sword if things got ugly. That's the grabbing the sword sound. Why is it so wet in there? In medieval England, especially, riding on the left made it easier for knights to defend themselves or challenge oncoming foes, since most are right-handed, and then they kept their swords on that left hip. Evidence of this comes from ruts found on a Roman road near Swindon, England, where chariots wore deeper grooves on the left side, suggesting most traffic flowed that way. This logic continued through the medieval period. In fact, in 1300, Pope Boniface VIII, Boniface, or Boniface, depending on if you've ever seen him or not, he issued an edict instructing pilgrims headed to Rome to stay on the left side of the road to avoid chaos. Like, come on, stay on the left, let's avoid chaos. There should be street signs that say that. Just like, hey, stop. Prevent chaos. But then came the French Revolution, and with it, a dramatic reversal. In the 18th century, French aristocrats had traditionally traveled on the left, but once revolutionaries started hunting aristocrats, the elites wanted to blend in. They switched to the right, and the new revolutionary government encouraged it. Good for you, that you look so poor. All of a sudden, you look so poor and normal. And at that time, class divisions could really determine which side of the road people used. So the nobles kept on the left while the peasants walked on the right. Napoleon later codified right side travel and spread it to the territories that he conquered. In fact, countries like Germany, Italy, Poland, and the Netherlands adopted right side driving because of Napoleon. Hello to my viewer in the Netherlands. You're good at commenting, and I appreciate it. You got some good, smart comments. Let me know if you are driving on the correct side of the road there. Meanwhile, Britain never fell to Napoleon, so it stuck with the left side driving, and it brought that tradition to many of its colonies like India, Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, and beyond. Today, about 65% of the world drives on the... What do you think most of the world drives on? You gotta tell me in the comments if you were right or wrong. Right or left. 65% of the world population drives on the right, and 35% on the left. The global split has really nothing to do with engineering as much as it does with who conquered whom. That wasn't a pretty sentence, but I'll leave it. And some countries didn't always stick with their original side. Sweden, for example, switched from left to right in 1967. The event was called... Am I Swedish? I have some really close friends who are Swedish, and they speak Swedish, but I can't pronounce Swedish words at all. So, but they just had a kid, so they're not going to be able... They don't have the time to correct me, so it's fine. But if you're Swedish and feel free. Dagen H, also known as H-Day, for Högertrafik, or right-hand traffic. It was a logistical nightmare on paper, right? It's like, all right, we're just going to switch things up. Every sign, intersection, and bus door had to flip overnight, right? But the government ran an aggressive education campaign. People even practiced mock crossings week before. All right, look at me. I'm going to walk across the road. But hey, it worked. The switch went shockingly smoothly. Samoa, meanwhile, did the opposite. In 2009, it switched from right to left. I never know which side that shows up on screen. That could have been wrong again. But they became the first country in decades to do so. Why? So it could import cheaper cars from Australia and New Zealand, which drive on the left. And what about the USA? America originally did not have a unified national rule, but the design of wagons helped settle things. Freight wagons were drawn by teams of horses, with the driver usually sitting on the left rear horse. Like not behind the left rear horse, but like on the left rear horse, holding the reins with his left hand and keeping his right hand free to use the whip. I don't know if Red Dead Redemption 2 captured that as well. I feel like everyone's sitting on a bench, but a lot of these freight wagons, the driver was actually on the back left horse. And sitting on the left made it easier to judge passing traffic. If you stayed to the right... Sorry, I'm just thinking about which side of the screen that it comes up. I'm going to put pictures here. Is that going to be on my left? It's on my right as I record. I don't know. I'm just going to give up. This is my Achilles heel. Stage right and stage left. But anyway, sorry. Sitting on the left side made it easier to judge passing traffic. If you stay to the right... All right, I think I got it. But sitting on the left, your left, made it easier to judge passing traffic. So most American states slowly codified right side driving during the 19th century, so you can make sure you don't like rub wagon wheels. I know this doesn't look like left and right to you, but for me it feels completely right. Also, in Canada, it depended on the province. British Columbia and other western provinces once drove on the left, but switched to the right in the early 20th century to align with American trade and travel. So there you have it. I have no idea what is my left and what is my right when it comes to the YouTube video that you're watching today. But I know that this is my right hand, but it don't make no sense to me when I'm thinking about how you're viewing it. But yeah. The side of the road you drive on today mostly depends on old empires, handedness, Napoleon, and horses. It's less about logic and more about legacy. Please go check out all my sources, which you can find on the YouTube description page. I would appreciate that. Leave a comment, rate, like, subscribe, share this with someone who likes this sort of thing. Maybe they're like, please stop sharing with me the videos of this guy. Don't stop. They'll eventually love this. And go check out @SmartestYearEver on social media. You can find the 1-minute version I do of all of these. A little bit of a synthesized version. Kind of fun to check out. A little more artwork, stuff like that. And in the meantime, stay curious and stay clever on our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalist. I will see you tomorrow in the smartest year ever.